In Dragon Ball Z, audiences were introduced to Gohan and future Trunks. They were the half-human, half-Saiyan children of Goku and Vegeta who possessed incredible power. Throughout the Dragon Ball story, we have witnessed as Gohan and Trunks continued to grow more and more powerful, unlocking new transformations and surpassing their fathers on multiple occasions. However, as these two characters have continued to grow in strength, one question has continued to burn in the minds of Dragon Ball fans. That question is, who has greater potential between the two of them? Does Gohan have more potential, or does future Trunks? Well, in this video, we're going to discuss that. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you can see all of my content right away when it comes out. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be discussing that topic of who has greater potential. Is it Gohan or is it future Trunks? So joining me today in this video is someone you've seen on my videos in the past, and I'm going to take a risk and introduce him the way I usually do, and his name is...
I hate when you introduce me like that. I hate it. Just say my name.
The illustrious Geekdom101. How's it going?
I love when you say my name, yes. Well, I'm back here talking about a very tough topic, which is who has more potential, Gohan and Trunks. And the reason why it's a tough topic is because, you know, at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta and Nappa both tell us something that I think a lot of fans have forgotten, and that is the power of half-breeds.
Yeah.
When you have Saiyan human half-breeds, they have this weird ability to have more potential than the purebloods, even though in Dragon Ball the purebloods certainly surpassed them as far as to Goku and Vegeta went, because they obviously trained harder and had more of a obsession with fighting. Because of that pureblood, the catch-22 is that they didn't have that much potential. And Toriyama went into more detail with this recently when he talked about the
S cells?
The S cells, thank you. I was gonna call them the midi-chlorians. Yeah, the S cells. He went into that to kind of explain that more. So this is a very tough topic, but just to clarify, you're talking about future Trunks and Gohan in the series.
Yes, I am.
Well, it's funny because it's pretty much stated that, you know, during the Cell Saga, several times they tell us that Trunks and Gohan are the two Saiyans that have the most potential because of what Vegeta and Nappa said, but at the end of the arc, Trunks ends up getting killed and Gohan kills the guy who killed him, which is Cell, but Trunks comes back to life and cleans up the future. So in that arc, Gohan is the guy. But later on, in the Trunks arc of Dragon Ball Super, we see Trunks doing Super Saiyan Rage, and I'm like, okay, and I remember when this first aired, I'm like, alright, well, Trunks has clearly surpassed Gohan.
Yeah.
We even have the episode where Trunks and Gohan hung out, and, you know, the ice cream and all that. You know, Trunks, because of his future and his constant battles and his training with the Supreme Kais, even though Gohan kind of did the same thing, in the anime version, of course, manga was different, Trunks was, I think, with Rage, stronger than Gohan. However, things may change when it comes to the tournament of power, because Ultimate Gohan is back, and this time stronger than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to Trunks and his power-ups, the thing is, like you said, Trunks was having battles in his future, and as he told Goku, he'd basically been training like every single day as hard as he really could to make himself as strong as he could to fight any upcoming threats. And as we saw with Goku Black, basically what happened was Trunks would be fighting this guy to the death constantly, and it's likely that Trunks was getting some Zenkais as a result of that, and it's likely that his power was boosting as we see that Saiyans increase in strength over time. But on the flip side, what we see with Gohan is that, you know, after the Cell Saga, he basically kind of slacks off until he gets the ultimate kind of power-up from the Elder Supreme Kai.
Right.
However, after that happens, again, he basically slacks off and stops training until Resurrection F, where he is only able to go Super Saiyan, and then, like you said, when he meets Trunks again, Trunks says, I don't sense the same kind of power inside of him as I did before, you know, which seemed to be suggesting that Gohan was done as a fighter and he basically wouldn't have like another big resurgence. But then when we see the next arc, we see that Gohan trains with Piccolo, and they don't train very long, they train for like a day, and then suddenly Gohan once again unlocks this ultimate state and once again powers up to an extreme level that you can argue is relative to Super Saiyan Blue Goku because the two of them were trading blows.
Yeah, but then when you actually watch Tournament of Power, we never really saw Gohan test himself against guys like, you know, Jiren level dudes.
Yeah.
Did he fight Topo? I think he fought Dispo mostly, I remember.
Yeah, he fought Topo briefly with Android 17. Like, he blasted him at one point with a Kamehameha and it did nothing. Although the thing is with Topo, as we saw when he fought Goku in the Zen exhibition match, and then as we saw later, he was able to go like toe-to-toe with like Vegeta and Goku and everything. So I could see him being stronger than Gohan, but it's not like Gohan got that limit-breaking crazy performance that a lot of other Saiyans did.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it all comes down to your perception of, and again, power scaling is something that's difficult to debate, but it all comes down to this. Who do you think is more powerful between Trunks and Gohan when all is said and done in Super? Because there's only a handful of people in the Tournament of Power who are stronger than Zamasu, and during the final fight with Zamasu, we saw Trunks perform some incredible feats that nobody really talks about as much as they should. Not only was Trunks able to deflect a lot of Zamasu's attacks with Vegeta, but when he creates the big spirit sword, he's actually using the sword, and yeah, you can see that Zamasu's body is falling apart. He did just get into a fight with Vegeta Blue, but you can see that Trunks is hanging in there, and he's not a fused character. He's not even Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or Goku level, presumably. We don't even know for sure, but he's going toe-to-toe with Zamasu, like they're doing like that sword fight, and then he managed to actually cut him in half. So the fact that he was able to cut Zamasu in half, a fused Potara, Zamasu, and Goku Black, that's just crazy. I always found that feat to be more impressive. Maybe because it's a narrative reason, maybe because Zamasu was the final villain of that arc, and so in my head I'm like, okay, well that's more impressive than anything Gohan did in Tournament of Power. I mean, I just feel that way.
I definitely agree there. As we see, like, when Trunks gets that broken sword, he then creates his own spirit sword, kind of like Kuwabara had in Yu Yu Hakusho.
Out of nowhere, there's no hints to any of this, he just knows how to do it.
And then he suddenly shows up when Zamasu's gonna kill Goku and Vegeta and stops his attack. He's like pushing him back a little bit and slashing him. This is before he even gets the Spirit Bomb energy, so it's clear that with that Super Saiyan Rage, like, Trunks gets pushed to like an extreme level. So to be honest, I would say that in that arc and that performance, that he would be more powerful than Ultimate Gohan. And the thing is though that, like, you know, Goku is stronger after the Zamasu fight and everything come the time that Gohan spars with him, but at the same time we still don't see Gohan perform anything even close to that level, you know. So overall I would have to say that Trunks was stronger at that point, but it still comes down to more who has the greater potential, who could become the strongest with like the same training, the same kind of regimen, you know, put under the same levels basically.
And I love that discussion, but it's so difficult because they never explain how Trunks got Rage. We still don't know. Like, they didn't explain it in Heroes, we didn't get it in any of the books or any of that stuff. They actually released the Dragon Ball Super Blu-rays, and sometimes they'll come with like art books and things like that that give us more detail. We still don't know how Trunks got that form. We still don't know. And if they were to explain that to us, then maybe we could take those properties and apply them to Gohan, but we just don't know how he got that form. And that's the thing that's so confusing, is who's stronger, Ultimate Gohan or Trunks? And I think a lot of Dragon Ball fans are probably going to fight with themselves because they're either fans of one character or the other, or they're going to think narratively with the whole Zamasu thing. This is a very tough discussion, dude. You're going to have to put a poll in this video and let the people vote.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to be there for you guys to vote on. As far as I'm concerned, I think that Trunks was stronger, like I said, at the end of the arc, and come the Tournament of Power, he still would have been stronger in my opinion, because again, Gohan didn't perform something at that level. But when it comes to potential, like, I just wonder if you stick Gohan under the same circumstances as Trunks, I kind of still feel like he might be able to become stronger. And one of the reasons why I would say that is because even the Tournament of Power, we still have people like Goku and Vegeta who are saying Gohan still has the greatest potential of all of us, so they're still trying to hammer that in. And then of course with that one-day training with Piccolo, they again hammer it in. But the thing that would go against that for me is just that, like, Gohan is being pushed against some of these really powerful people in the Tournament of Power, and we see that Goku transforms another time, we see that Vegeta transforms another time, and we saw that Trunks under all these circumstances transformed another time, but Gohan doesn't get that limit-breaking form. He doesn't go to the next level and overcome any of his bounds and defeat a stronger opponent. He just ends up sacrificing himself.
And that's more of a writing thing, and that is something that I think irritated a lot of Gohan fans, including me. We wanted that moment from him. We wanted him to do something where he rages out, but he's just not that guy anymore. Can you imagine Ultimate Gohan with a rage boost at that level?
Yeah.
I mean, and we never got it, and I'm still mad at Super for not giving us that. Also, it's kind of somewhat implied that Golden Frieza's even stronger than Gohan with that whole Frost debacle. So if Golden Frieza, who's very strong, don't get me wrong, is stronger than Gohan, Gohan's not even, what, top 4? It would be, what, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza 17, then Gohan? How would Trunks do? That's the question.
I think that he'd probably do better than Gohan, just given what we've seen him do. Like, for all we know, he could create another Spirit Bomb or something like Goku did. So I think that he'd probably do better just based upon Gohan's performance. But yeah, like, again, it really comes down to, I guess, the writing, like you said before, because who do they want to show as being more prominent and having more potential? Both of them are incredibly powerful half-breeds who have insane potential. And as we even see main timeline Trunks, you know, he got Super Saiyan even earlier than Gohan did, and Gohan was like training like crazy to achieve that. So I feel like, yeah, it's definitely up in the air, but there's definitely good arguments for either party.
If you're gonna put a gun to my head, I'm gonna pick Trunks, and I think it's mostly because he was getting fodderized by Goku Black, and then with Rage, he was able to compete against Rose. But again, there are people in terms of power who are stronger than Goku Black, but not many of them. And that's the thing, is we never saw Gohan tested against somebody like Jiren or even Kale or even Kefla. We never saw those fights, and I just feel like we're not going to be able to really scale how strong he got. But you're right, he did compete with Goku Blue, and Goku Blue was able to have a beam struggle with Merge Zamasu as well, and that's after training, because Goku Blue trained a lot more,
yeah.
And Gohan was able to compete against him, so maybe Gohan is stronger. In fact, I feel like picking Gohan now. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, the more you think about it and peel back the layers, the more you kind of think that it kind of is Gohan, but we just never saw him show it off.
So this is the time for you to tell us what you think. Who do you think has more potential out of the two? Is it Gohan or is it Trunks? Also, don't forget to vote in the poll that I have on this video. And of course, check out Geekdom101 in the end screen and description. And if you like this video, then make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come
in the future. Trunks.
Future Trunks.
Oh, neither one of them have as much potential as me without the needle. Oh.